For once, I actually agree with the masses. Now, usually when I love a Disney film, most other people love it as well. But there are certain Disney films that I just don't like, and they seem to be really popular. But with Strange World, I was kind of almost relieved to find that it's not very well received. Now, that sounds harsh. I want Disney to do well, but I was worried that this was another Disney film that I just did not care for and that everybody else would love. I didn't look at any reviews or anything before I saw it. I knew next to nothing about how it had been received. It's got 4.9 out of 10 on IMDb, which is a pretty terrible rating. Apparently it has a Metascore of 65, which is much higher than I was expecting. Now, I didn't think the film was terrible. As in, I didn't think the narrative was bad. I didn't think the editing was bad. I didn't think the characters were boring. I just didn't think there was anything good about it. It's very meh to me. It's one of those films where I just kind of shrugged my shoulders at the end of it and thought, I didn't hate it. I wasn't completely bored, but I will probably never watch it again, which for a Disney film is a bit of a big deal. This was released this year, of course, 2022. I think it was released last week, if I remember rightly. Directed by Don Hall and Qui Nguyen. I apologize if I've mispronounced that. I almost definitely have. And we have a good voice cast. Jake Gyllenhaal, Dennis Quaid, some other names that I recognize as well that I've seen doing bits and pieces here and there. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the voice acting whatsoever, and the characters themselves are fairly interesting. They're not amazing. It's focusing on the Clades family, who are explorers, and they go off to this, as it were, strange world. And there's a great sense of adventure. It really is a true adventure story, but we also have a look at the relationships between certain family members, including father and son. That's definitely something that I think it did reasonably well. Visually, there's a lot to look at. There's always something to look at. I think it's very well animated, to give it praise where praise is due. It uses light very effectively. The colours are a lot of kind of blues and pinks, and visually I found it to be quite engaging. It's not my kind of Disney film, so I knew I wasn't going to love it. I knew it was never going to be a firm favourite, but I gave it a chance, and it didn't deliver for me. And as I said, I did think when I was watching it, I can see some people really enjoying this. It's an adventure story. It's about family. It's, the colours are nice. It's visually very appealing. Maybe it's got a lot going for it and a lot of people will enjoy it, and it just didn't appeal to me. But actually, I was kind of glad. I know it sounds mean. I don't want Disney to fail, but I just kind of was relieved that for once I didn't care for a Disney film. And that seemed to be the popular opinion. So I'd love to know what you think of it. Whether you loved it, hated it, or kind of like me, or kind of, I didn't think it was a waste of my time. I didn't think it was a waste of effort. But at the same time, I'm probably never going to watch it again, unless maybe in 10 years' time I decide to watch all of Disney's films. I'm currently trying to watch all of Disney's films from the very beginning. So maybe by the time I get up to this film, I'll rewatch it. But certainly, Strange World, I didn't loathe it. But by no means did I love it.